Dear student, we are going to discuss our chapter 20 from Voice over Internet Protocol or VoIP. In this chapter, we will discuss about what is VoIP, how it works, and the various technological terms of VoIP, and in our country how we use. This chapter is divided into three parts. One is introductory part, that means introduction to VoIP. Second is technical view of VoIP, that means in this chapter we will discuss the technological aspect of VoIP. And third is VoIP in Bangladesh. In this chapter we will discuss how VoIP works in Bangladesh and Bangladesh how we use the VoIP. Then the introduction. VoIP generally means the voice over internet protocols. That means if we deliver our voice over the internet protocol, or if we want to transmit the voice from one place to another place or from one person to another person over the internet protocol, then it's called the VoIP. And these VoIP generally deliver the voice communication and multimedia sessions over the internet protocols. VoIP also called internet telephone, internet telephony, voice over broadband communications, broadband telephony, internet communications, and broadband phones. This technology allows us to make phone calls over a broadband internet communication instead of typical analog telephone line. VoIP access usually allows us to call others who are also receiving calls over the internet. In some VoIP, we have to request a computers or dedicated VoIP phones or a LAN phone lines to place a VoIP calls through the specific adapters. Here is the example of VoIP. How VoIP works. It's also called the architecture of VoIP. The first part is the traditional networks. In a traditional networks, there was a PBX, that means private branch of exchange, and in this private branch of exchange, there are some telephone lines, and another part is routers. In these routers, under these routers, there is some computers and workstations. This is the architecture of VoIP, and in here there are two graphs. These two graphs presented two parts. One is traditional network and another is VoIP network. In traditional network, there is site 1, site 2 and site 3. That means connection 1, connection 2 and connection 3, or user 1, user 2 and user 3. There are 3 connections, 3 users or 3 sites. In each and every site there is a PBX, private branch of exchange, there is a router, and under the PBX there are telephone lines, and under the routers there are internet or computer connections. In traditional line, if we call from one telephone to another telephone, that means one PBX to another PBX. If we call from one computer to another computers, then need a router from one router to another routers. In traditional line, we cannot connect one PBX to another routers or one router to another PBX. But in VoIP network, VoIP can allow to connect one telephone line to another PBX or one PBX to another telephone lines. In addition, in here we need a soft phone, an IP phone and internet connections. So in VoIP, if you have the internet connections or if you have a telephone line connections, traditional analog line connections, then you can connect with the internet users. That means the internet users don't have any telephone lines, but he can connect with you, or he can transmit the voice over the internet with you. So in VoIP can connect one user to another users via the internet by using the internet protocol from one user to another users, and two users must have connected with or either internet connection or PBX connections. And the benefits of VoIP: by using the VoIP we can get some benefits, and this benefit is a additional benefit those who are using the traditional lines. The traditional telephone users cannot get such kind of benefit. The first and foremost, it reduces the capital and operational expenditures. It can gain the competitive advantage. VoIP. Before going to the technical view of voice over internet protocol, we have to learn some techniques or keywords that was used for the technical perspective of VoIP. NTP, that means network time protocol. This protocol enables timing which helps ensure that the signals are transmitted and received within the proper time frame to access the quality. That means NTP can help to enable signal recipient transmit the call processor and call sender and call receivers. The RTP is the real-time transfer protocol. This protocol is an end-to-end network transport functions that is used for the digital voice signals for the VoIP packet. RTCP is the real-time transport control protocol. This protocol monitors voice signal delivery and provide minimal control function to ensure the delivery packets. And VoIP has two types of major protocols. One is signaling protocol and another is space transmission protocols. For signaling protocol we use H323, SIF, MGCP, H248, and for space transmission protocol we use RTP, G711 or G729 or G722. And some other elements in VoIP network, that means PSTN, public switch telephone network. These PSTN has the two common standard. One is for the normal telephone line and another is for the digital lines. The telephone we are use in our home, it's an analog telephone lines, and another types of telephone lines that has a wire is called the digital telephone lines. Here's the gateway. Gateway is a circuit switched network, is a switch that bridges two separate PSTN network. Gateway is a hardware and software system that convert one type of media to another type of media. That means it convert voice to video signal or video to voice signal from one circuit switch to pocket circuit switch. In H323 is a ITU standard for handling the voice video data for the call to informations. It's an umbrella term from the multiple protocols that were used in a VoIP. ISDN is an integrated circuit digital network as a point-to-point signaling protocol that is designed to interface PBX equipment with central office website. ITU is the International Telecommunication Union. Soft phone is a kind of phone that is used for software, that means software based phone, such as we're using Facebook messengers. But in IP phone is a normal telephone line that is the similar to our traditional telephone lines. Call agent or calling agent or CA is responsible for receiving and generating signal processing masses for call routing to the appropriate destination. And media gateway or MZ is a device under the control of call agent that convert the media. That means that convert voice to video, video to voice, or fax to voice, voice to fax between the circuit and packet switch networks. Now I'm showing you a VIP call through the TCP or IP protocol layer, or how the VIP call pass through the TCP or IP protocol layer. Here is the NTP, RTP, RTCP, and NTP, RTP, and RTCP. That's the application labels. In transport layer, all phones or all kinds of VoIP caller and receiver use the UDP, and IP address are used in VoIP call sender and receivers. MAC address used for the network interface, and voice signals from the networks is used for the physical connections, and receiver use the VoIP signal and a packet for the receivers. And in VoIP networks there are two the complete out bound packets, and receiver used complete inbound packet. That's a VoIP call processing through the IP protocol layers. But here is a simple VoIP networks. If we show you the this is the VoIP networks, how VoIP works, and the networks how the VoIP works in a networks. As a terminal, that means ACE323 has a LAN phone, has a gatekeeper, MCU, routers, gateway, wireless connections. There's a global internet, and from this internet there is routers, gateway, PSTN, and traditional telephone lines, and has a gateway. Then ISDN, the gateway routers, then the telephone lines with internet connections. There is a simple VoIP networks. That means in here is a traditional line, is a telephone line is here, and internet enabled telephone line is here, and another is internet enabled computers or workstation is here. That means if we connect in here this line, all three connectors can connect through the internet by using the VoIP networks. The scenario of VoIP communications are the PC to PC. If we use the one PC to another PC, then we need a broadband internet connections for both PC. But if we use the PC to phone, then we need the PSTN network for telephone line, and PC for broadband modem for the PC connections. That means if we connect PC to PC, we just need the broadband connection. But if we connect PC to computers or PC to phone, telephone, or mobile phone, then we have need a broadband internet connection and PSTN networks. And if we use phone to phone VoIP connections, that we need some more accessories. That means routers, phone adapters, broadband internet connection, and PSTN networks. For this scenario, we have designed two types of phone for VoIP implementation. One is it's called the IP phone. One is hard phone and another is soft phone. In hard phone, that is contained all the hardware and software to implement the VoIP, but it's not a PC. But it is specially designed as a phone. Hard phone can be simple in their function. It has a color. It is a touch sensitive. So it's not a PC, but it is a phone. But this kind of phone is not available in the market. The second category is a soft phone, is a handset connected phone. That means that's all features of telephone has in this phone, but it also it can connect to a PC by using the software residing in a card or software card. That means we can use the soft phone by using or by implementing or by installing a soft card in your PC. So here is a scenario of hard phone and soft phone. There's the hard phone, and one is hard phone, and another is a soft phone. And VoIP in Bangladesh, there are some top VoIP service provider in Bangladesh. There are Banglaline Communications Limited, Minutes Exchange Communications, Digonto Express, BD Routers, BD Express, Digonto Tele BD. And here is the VoIP networks, how VoIP network works. And there are two sites. One site is site A and site B, and there is a telephone network, and we think the site 1 is Bangladesh and site B for India. That means if we call from India to Bangladesh by using the VoIP networks, then we can call in such a way.